We are starting today with Sarah Jessica Parker. She says she keeps different kinds of sweets, like cookies and cake, in her house, so her 14-year-old daughters have a healthier relationship with food. She said she doesn't want them to, quote, have a relationship with food that was antagonistic. Speaking of which, Valerie Bertinelli is on the cover of People talking about how she's freed herself from body shame and has learned to indulge in food. She says, quote, I don't deny myself anything anymore and will eat pasta when she likes rather than feeling shame about the calories. Now, it turns out that a lot of this same type of messaging is becoming increasingly popular on social media, with dietitians and influencers promoting it using hashtags like anti-diet or healthy at every size. Take a look.
Every time I pour a bowl of cereal, I'm reminded about the favorites I grew up on, which is why I'm partnering with General Mills. Honey Nut Cheerios were always my top pick, and that holds true today. As a registered dietitian, I will always advocate for fearless and nourishing meals, including cereal, because everyone deserves to enjoy food without judgment, especially kids.
But now a new expose in the Washinton Post reveals that big food companies like General Mills are pushing this anti-diet advice as a way to help sell their cereals and other highly processed foods. That's alarming. Back in the day, we would watch a commercial, and yeah, that's, that can definitely shape what you're going to buy. But now it's kind of incognito when you see one of your favorite influencers or dietitians saying that this is good for you on TikTok. I mean, what do you think?
Who's your favorite?
Who what?
I know, I'm just joking.
You messed up.
I had a jam in it.
He was just mocking you.
Yes.
Cool,
Yes.
thanks. One of those days.
Yeah. Back to the subject. By the way, I didn't like the way that lady cut that banana. Like, make them equal, okay? She made it all sloppy. No, thank you.
You sound like my 4-year-old Miles, who won't eat a banana if I cut it wrong.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm a good dad, and I'm going to cut that equal for you.
Oh, my gosh.
And when you're just going to be sloppy about it, look at, what are you doing? One's real small.
You had enough time to notice the banana because, you know me, when I look at commercials, I always go, what are they saying and what are they showing us? And instead of saying a healthy meal, she said a nourishing meal. And that's the new word for if it's not healthy. And we saw a whole bunch of banana in that commercial, Erica. I saw some berries. I saw a bowl. The cereal was like not the main star in that. And I think there's a way that these influencers are now, because they're being paid, have figured out a way to manipulate the language where they're like, hey, you can still trust me, but what did she really say?
Well, I know what General Mills is saying.
Ooh, tell us.
Yes, a spokesperson has said the company complies with federal regulations and works closely with a variety of scientific, health, nutrition, and other credentialed experts to ensure we provide accurate, evidence-based information.
That means nothing.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of jargon.
I tuned out.
I do too.
I was like, I don't even know what you're saying.
Same. Okay, so what about...
But that's the messaging that they put up because they don't want you to read.
Right.
It's like Al. They want you just to get the catchphrases, like you just said, and sell that product.
Right.
This is them explaining it, so it's like your taxes. You're like, I don't know what's happening.
So what do we do as parents? Like, what are you doing? Like, do you keep
That's
cakes
a good
and
question.
cookies in the house? Like,
Tell everybody how old your boys are.
Yeah, 7 and 5, and we live in a little cul-de-sac, and neighbors are always running in and out, so they got all the snacks that they want. They have the cereal that we all grew up on. But there's going to come a time, when they're not playing outside every single day, and their bodies are going to change. Right now, they weigh the same. They're 20 pounds apart, but they have different body types, and that's going to change. And you, as a parent, have to adjust accordingly to whatever they're doing, right? So I think it's up to you as a parent. They can market this stuff all they want. That's exactly what they're doing. They're marketing to your kids. So when you're in the grocery store, it's in the aisle right when you walk out. I'm like, oh, they got me, because they give the little push pops over there. I'm like, they got me.
I know.
But it's up to you as a parent to say, no, you can't have that, right? We're going to try something a little healthy, or maybe if you're good in school or you pass your test, whatever it is, then you get a little treat on the weekend.
Erica, what do you think?
Erica did a case study years ago.
Well, I was a nanny, and I nannied for a few different families, and one of the families in particular, the little girl was about 5, and when I was offering her nighttime snack or whatever, she was very into the calories and like the complex carbs or something,
That's
which
alarming, Erica.
didn't even know or think about. And she said that her mother, she was basically talking about counting her calories.
Wow.
And I think that there's a balance between like indulging your children with everything that they want and then having them at 5 years old think about the calorie intake.
Right. I don't like that. And I think words matter. So if you do want to instill like healthy habits into your children, you can say like, have this apple, it'll make you strong, rather than making it about like calories and body type. And I think talking too much about that, I think will actually impact your children in a negative way. But I do think you can shape their habits by doing doing it in more powerful affirmation ways that aren't so stuck on the physicality, but more about how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, I think Erica was talking to that little girl's mother. You know, when she was saying that, she obviously didn't do the research herself. I hope she didn't. It's what she's heard from her parent, and you know, they're you know, in a situation where there are two parents in the household, I guarantee you both those parents are probably not on the same page, because there might be a partner, father, mother, whatever. That's like, let the kid be a kid. Oh, your mom with the complex carbohydrate, she's gone for the afternoon. Let's go have some Twix. And so the kid's going to be getting mixed messages, and it's going to affect them.
But if you limit too much, I think your kid could rebel.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
But on the flip side, as a parent, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm not feeling you that day, and you're at the store, and you're like, want to get a little candy? So then you're the good guy,
yes,
you know?
for sure.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you got to pick your battles.
For sure,
too.
yeah.
Like if Miles is having a little tantrum, and I know it's not the right thing to do, but if I'm not going to be able to handle it in that moment, here's an M&M, buddy.
Listen, I'm the same. People will shame you for that. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah, let's
Jeff,
not
I need
stop
to get
at
this
one.
out.
They're getting a whole pack.
Really quickly, last time I was in LA, you know, I got the boys with me in the hotel, and I bought the big pack of Kit Kats, the one that has like 6 individuals, and I didn't realize Ford could reach that high on the microwave, and I woke up and he had eaten he ate 32 Kit Kat. I don't know how many were in there, and I was like, CPS is gonna come take my kids.
He's up all day and all night at that point, folks.
Unbelievable.